Look at you now, boy. Look at you now. Before the Bell podcast, slamming all comers. Bloodlines, crime time, real bath water. The boys' mind burns a CT. On your way to the count, 1, 2, 3. For the Bell podcast. Before the Bell podcast. Bell ringers.
Welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast in all the land. This is Before the Bell podcast. Now I'm your resident awkward millennial cow dude.
So normally I would never interject on your intro. Never. I sat here like, I've yet to do an intro, and I was I was really good, just like, let me see how it's done. I've seen CT do it 100 times. I've watched Martin do it, and there's a difference between a plan and a concept of a plan. And I feel like a little bit of that happened to you just right now. Are you all right?
I am a man, damn it!
All right. You want to take it from the top?
Yeah, I'm gonna start that over again.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the
Go ahead.
Welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast in all the land. This is Before the Bell podcast. I am your anxious Martlineal cowboy, Hang Mandela, Martin Page.
Hang Mandela? Oh my God. Oh, that is... All right, please finish. Go, yeah, go. Just keep going.
The super chats are open for all you in the comments. We see your bells. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you've been. We got a lot of long roads to travel and a lot of long roads to traverse. So hop on that horse, drop our super chat, and we'll stop the show if it's significant, $10 or more, and we'll give you a shout out and read your comment. We appreciate everything you do because this show is paid for by viewers like you. And we have a very special guest for you later on in this evening. And I don't even want to waste no more time, Chris. I'll tell you that much right here, right now. Woo-wee! Yeah.
Does Hangman Page speak does he even use an accent? I don't feel like that's even really a thing for him. You sound racist, is what I'm trying to say. It's something about the stash only kind of situation. You shaved the Uncle beard this week.
Yeah, and that's part of it. Because I don't know if y'all realize this, but last week y'all kept calling me Anthony Hamilton. And I'm not Anthony Hamilton, damn it! I am a man.
Are you gonna keep doing those outbursts too about how you're a man?
Yep.
All right, right on. Well, yeah, this is Before the Bell. Here we are. No CT this week. He is out of the country.
Doing
it big. Doing it much bigger than us because we here for you though.
Yeah, big in Dubai, CT. So shout out to him though. Shout out to CT, man. He's doing it, bro.
Yeah, man.
He will be back next week though.
Yeah. But thank you guys for your support. You know what I mean? We can't do this without you. So like Martin says, the super chats are open. You have made it to a place where we have been able to pay for this show strictly from your support, and we're gonna bring it to you today, and we're already getting started with that. Randy Constance at $10.
Yes, $10 chat. Randy Constance says, "Man, let me tell you, I swear the three things that's going to drive me to an early grave: the Dolphins, red meat, and Latinas."
That is a recipe for absolute cardiac arrest without question.
Yeah.
You ever dated a Latin woman?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
She, you know what's funny? You called me racist earlier. She
Okay. I can't wait to see where that's going.
I guess no sentence has ever started.
Dressed like that. You're like, that's a build that wall outfit. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So, okay, go ahead. So you were racist against your girlfriend?
Yeah, I wasn't racing against her, but she was like, that Alabama comes out a lot. I go, oh, I was joking. She was like, yeah, but it was like that Alabama was definitely coming out. I was like, all right,
what does that mean?
You know, we don't have a lot of people.
Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot. You know what? I think this was a good show.
Yeah.
I don't think that it progressed. It didn't move a whole lot of story forward like previous episodes. I mean, there are some good things that happen. You know, always good to see Rhea Ripley start the show.
Always.
But then we get a sort of lazy segment where Tiffany Stratton comes out and she's like, you know, don't get involved in Nia Jax's business. It's like, why is that even a thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't even think about Nia Jax. Why would you bring her up?
Focused on Liv. I guess she's saying don't interfere in the match in Saudi Arabia or some shit like that.
But wouldn't that help her?
Yeah.
Like Rhea's not gonna be like, I'm gonna go beat up Nia. It's just like, I don't like Liv, I'm gonna go beat up Liv.
Well, it's insert. We need Tiffy and Rhea in a tag team match later. Yeah. Because they both get attacked by Liv and Raquel.
Yeah.
Who Raquel not doing herself any favors.
No.
And she didn't endear herself to the fans upon her return. And then when we got the tag match later, there was how do we put this? Effort,
yeah,
you know what I mean, but not an A for it.
No, here's you know what's crazy? I think as a character, Raquel works better as a heel, but as a wrestler, she works better as a babyface.
Interesting.
So there's this interesting dynamic that's happening where she's trying to convert back to that heel aspect, but it's like, just be big. Like there's you a big tall woman, do big tall Amazonian woman.
Well,
thing.
she tried. There was one where she like picked Tiffy up and didn't quite get her into a position to slam her. She just kind of, I don't know. I don't try to criticize, you know, professionals and their work, but when some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain things just not.
It was a taped episode.
Yeah. They could have really. Have you seen the edit they did on that missed RKO from when Javante fought Randy Orton?
Oh, yeah.
They made it look like
crisp,
super crisp from the edit.
Like, oh man, he got him good.
To your point,
yeah,
they could have went completely away from that. They could have went from another angle and just heard the slam or something like that.
Yeah, which is also that speaks to Randy Orton's talent of like, yo, get back up. I'm gonna hit the RKO again.
Yeah, for sure.
He was like, they'll fix it. Like that. Like at a certain point, just like, yeah, don't even worry about it.
Fix it later. Yeah. And it was kind of a talky heavy episode of Monday Night Raw too, where it's like we got a Braun Breaker promo.
Yeah.
We got a Cody Rhodes promo.
Yeah, and that's a talker boy.
Yeah. But I mean, there was some action. The Braun Breaker promo was in advance of his match with Kofi Kingston, further in the New Day situation and his situation with
Jey Uso.
Yeah, where funny enough, I mean, he used something that I think we as fans have criticized as a way to say, to sort of kayfabe why he doesn't have the last name Steiner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Where he was like saying, oh, Jay, you know, I don't respect you because you use your family line and name to advance in this business. And I don't do that. And it's like, you don't choose your name, sir.
Yeah.
You got to call the Braun Breaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of which, we have another super chat.
Emily Sharon,
$10 super chat. She says, how do you feel about Roman, Jimmy, and Jay situation? Like when Jay said to Solo that the next time he saw them, it would be different. Do you think he will actually team up with Jimmy and Roman again?
Ooh, should we say that for SmackDown?
We're gonna save that for SmackDown, Emily. Yeah. But you hold on. You're at the right direction. You're at the right direction. I just love the frills, bro. Have you ever had a frilly jacket?
No. Oh, you think I would have a frilly jacket? You know what I know? You know what I know too? I know you didn't order that jacket. I know that you just had it. You know what I'm saying? Because when the jeans too, actually. I think you just put some things together.
So I'll show. I got the
Lord. Oh my Lord, have mercy.
You know, and then cowboy boots. Hey, because I can't see the whole fit. You know, you gotta. Yeah, they can't wait to get that full shot, baby. Y'all just wait.
You be tearing it up at Stagecoach, huh?
You said I'd be tearing it up at Stagecoach.
You've never been to Stagecoach?
No.
I don't believe you. I would say I don't believe you've never been.
I would go.
Of course you would. You're a square dancing face. You know what I mean? No?
Wait, you never been square dancing?
Square dancing? No, I've never square danced.
Oh my God, bro. Next time we're in Alabama, man, you got to come with me.
Next time?
Yeah, there's a place called the Yellow Rose down the street.
I don't spend much time in Alabama. I'll be honest with you. I'd like most places with like fresh slavery. I'm a little timid about being in. You know
now,
what I'm saying?
When you say fresh slavery,
When you kind of walk in and the air, it's like you kind of can touch the ground. Oppression. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel like most parts of Alabama are, if I'm being honest with you.
All right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Here's the thing. People ask me all the time, like, hey, was Alabama racist when you were growing up? And I was like, no, but I mean it was, but I didn't think about it because I was there. So it was different.
Yeah.
You don't think about it when you're just like in it. You're just living like you're a kid. I'm 9. I don't know why this lady's being mean to me.
It just clicks later.
Yeah. Randy said, you don't do those HBCU square dances to Before I Let Go.
I don't think that's the same. I don't think us doing the electric slide or, you know what I mean, is necessarily square dancing.
I mean, it's all square dancing when you really think about it.
I guess it's less, it's less hands on our belt buckles as we mosey.
Speaking of belt buckles, Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso
Look
had
at
a
you
visitor.
with the segue.
Had a special visitor backstage with Jimmy Uso.
That's right.
Showing up, trying to recruit him to help out with the Bloodline situation on SmackDown.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
He didn't have a compelling argument. He was just like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got issues over here and we need you. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's kind of why I'm like, I'm on Kevin Owens, like I'm sort of on him and Drew's side about the Cody Rhodes situation, right? Where it's like, dude, these people destroyed our lives for like 2 years.
2 years.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a long time.
We've been fighting them for a long time. And then you just super cool with Jey Uso being here on Raw.
Yeah.
You giving Roman second chances. Like, bro, like we gotta, no. They gotta amend for some things.
Yeah, a
You know what I'm
pandemic came and went in the time that they have ruined the goals that we had in mind to feed our
100%.
families.
Like, crowd reaction be damned. I don't like these dudes. You know what I mean? But we, if the crowd cheering for you, like Cody just goes with the flow, man.
Here was my issue with it. The one thing Jimmy Uso could have said in any of those backstage promos, he didn't. Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, how about it?
Yeah, you could have won a title a year ago.
Yeah,
that's my bad.
That's my point. Like the original Bloodline. They have not said like we are bad for anything that we did. All the cheating, all the attacking, all the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't do none of that. We just, hey man, we know y'all don't like Solo. You know what I mean? So we gonna try to take it back.
Yeah.
Like that's essentially their whole motivation.
Yeah, and really, they created Solo.
Correct. Absolutely.
He was being nice and cool on NXT. He's like, I'm the street champ. Hey, screw all that. Come up here and beat up these dudes with us.
Oh my goodness gracious. We got another super chat from Bad News Buck. If Braun gets any darker, he gonna be in the New Day. Yo. Yeah, absolutely. He's looking like the inside of your coat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's more like bronzer breaker.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. You on your way. You next to Bruce.
It feels good.
I was working on when I was if and when I was gonna do that. But that joke, I warranted that.
Thank you.
I see that. Yeah. What is it about hosting the show that makes you point a lot and do the head a lot and open your eyes a lot? Like it's
the energy.
Energy.
It's the CT energy. It's like his spirit today.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Pause.
I don't even know if that was, but it felt right.
It felt right when CT was in you?
No.
We got another super chat that just dropped. Wait a minute. We got No Hearts, No Love, 88 for $10 says, is Bianca and Jay turning heel? From their interactions with Bayley to their outfits on SmackDown makes it seem that way. I I don't. Do you see that?
No, no, it didn't seem like it. And I've been under the impression, if anything, I still believe that Bianca needs to turn, not Jade. Although I think Jade works better as a heel, I think Bianca needs something to freshen up the act.
Sure.
And I think that her turning on Jade would be the more unexpected thing. Yeah.
Kind of like how I feel with the New Day, where it's like I feel like if Kofi turns, that's a better wrinkle than if Xavier does, because Xavier is correct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's not been wrong about any of this.
Kofi's been cutty as hell. You send it from get-go, bringing in,
outside forces,
outsiders into the situation, not respecting his tag team. I mean, it's not been good. Making decisions without him.
Yeah. Also, it's two of you.
Yeah, right.
How is that not an easy text message fix?
How about it? Well,
hey, bro, I'm going to let the LWO back us up this week.
Yeah.
Hey, don't.
No, let's not do that. But also, wrestling acts like kayfabe, like they haven't talked since the last episode of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like Smackdown happens, and then no one here has talked since last Smackdown.
No, they get on that plane and turn their phone off.
Yeah, that was what was so unbelievable about the Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Dominic storyline, where it's like, these things are happening with Liv, and it's like, have you talked to Rhea? Nah. What? You don't have a cell phone?
Yeah.
You don't, like, what do you mean? You don't have Instagram? You can't DM? You can't talk at all because she out?
You posted on Twitter.
Yeah. What do you mean? It's like insane. Absolutely. That's why I'm glad that WWE is utilizing more like fan footage and things like that to be like, oh, this is a thing that is ongoing even when the cameras aren't rolling, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like go ahead.
Oh, even with like the Kevin Owens stuff,
right?
Where he's like, yo, I sent this video for them to play on Raw. They didn't play it. So I'm gonna post it on here. Or here's me in a hotel room, like, crashing out. Yeah.
It builds the world a lot better.
Yeah.
But speaking of Bianca and Jade, they defended the women's tag team championships on Monday Night Raw against Damage Control.
Yes.
And has the luster of Damage... Were you ever into Damage Control like that?
I liked it when it first started. Dakota Io and Bailey. Like that first iteration seemed very, very fresh and needed. I think what ended up occurring is it became too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then all the cooks got hurt. So
right.
You're just kind of with a base level version of it, and it's not the ones who are doing they're having amazing matches, but what is it to keep us there? Are they baby faces? Are they heels? Are they anything?
Yeah,
they're just kind of there right now, and especially on a 2-hour show, with them missing that third hour, I think it's hurt a lot of especially tag teams for people to just be there.
Yeah. We say it all the time, like you gotta. As much as I, dubious to give Vince Russo props for anything, that his style of booking, at least, was, from what I've heard, I don't know anything for real, but is that he would have everyone's name on a bulletin board and be like, this is the story that's currently happening with them. Yeah. And trying to make it move forward every episode.
Bro, the Headbangers had a story.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
I don't know why they kept jumping the oddities, though. In hindsight, that's like, yo, let's go beat up the Sped kids.
The what kids?
Sped? You never heard of that?
Sped kids?
Special ed.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, but my mama was a special ed teacher, so.
Okay. So it's not a derogatory term. Why did I assume it was? Just because there was some sort of distinguishing name, I was like, oh, you can't say that. But I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's short for special ed.
Right on.
Yeah, it's not mean.
Yeah.
We love our speds.
Barry Lewis.
I guess when you say our speds, or if you say the, anytime you put the in front of anything, then it.
Well, you just said sped kids. It didn't feel good.
All right.
It didn't feel good. And that outfit, again, it ramps up everything.
This outfit really hurts a lot of stuff.
Barry Lewis. Thank you so much. Super chat.
Barry says, love this show. Watch the live as much as I can, but I kind of want to point out Hank Mandela's mustache is giving me Dominic Mysterio vibes. All right.
I'd boo you. I'd boo you if you came walking into anywhere I was dressed like that.
You
just to start immediately. Hey, guy, boo! You know what I mean?
And I'm just the waiter.
Yeah. No, I don't want nothing from him.
But sir, it's my restaurant.
Well, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. How much did that jacket cost?
Where did I think I
you looked like the price tag was in the jacket.
So I believe this jacket was like $40-something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Back in 78 when you bought it. Uncle.
You're older than me. How am I Unc?
They don't call me Unc. You Unc, man. Come on, just embrace it.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean?
Boy, howdy.
Back in your Earth Wind and Fire days, you was wearing them jackets.
Whoa!
War Raiders beat the tar out of Tozawa and Otis.
Yeah, dude, it's starting to feel like Otis probably should have stayed with Chad Gable.
Right. It didn't do you any favors to strike out on your own, my friend.
No, man.
Why are they even still called the Alpha Academy?
Because he was like, you guys can just keep the name.
But why would they want to go by the name?
I don't know.
It has nothing to do. Everything about it has to do with Gable.
Yeah, they're not alphatic in any manner. And
Alphatic.
Yeah. All right, and they're not even really an academy because the academy's got it done. They were being taught by this one dude, and they're not in that anymore. But good for the War Raiders, man. I'm glad they're back, and they don't have to paint their faces no more.
Oh boy, pretty forgettable. Kind of, and unfortunately, so was the Miz R-Truth match.
Bro, it was literally just a roll up.
Yeah. It was
well, there was something interesting with the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
So I guess they're gonna beat up. But here's the thing. I don't see why they need to Toe Martin Mysterio.
That's what he's saving.
Yes. I don't see why they need to jump the Miz for his crimes and discrepancies if he just lost in literally 5 seconds to R-Truth.
Well, because they go after people who turn against their families.
Yeah,
that's their whole thing.
Yeah, and I guess you could also add in Karrion Kross and AOP, and that'd be terrible if they like ripped Paul Ellering apart. But I could see them.
Where I think it's eventually doesn't it eventually have to go Wyatt Six versus the Bloodline?
Ooh, yeah.
Isn't that where it has to go eventually?
I think
if the whole thing is turning on family and we don't like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We don't. We exist solely not for championships, not for paydays, not for anything. We literally hang out and beat you up if you leave your family. And that's like their whole purpose, kayfabe. So
yeah, we're going to find out they've just been working for free this entire time.
Yeah. So, you know, what makes the most sense than going after the Bloodline?
But then what?
I don't know.
I'm
not a writer.
I think we're all.
That's not my job.
Yeah, fair. All right, my bad. Fair enough. Touche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all looking forward to Eric Rowan facing off with Hikuleo.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that could be all right.
No, I mean, I just,
it might be okay.
Just two big dudes.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes cut a promo about his upcoming thing with Gunther. He pointed out, that when Gunther can't put people down, he panics, which is like good long-term storytelling they've been telling there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's still gonna lose.
Yeah, no,
Gunther's still
gonna whoop
beat that man,
the dog ass out of him
relentlessly. The dog ass is that what you said?
I was.
You got All right.
I was gonna. Okay.
CT's really your anchor.
What do you mean?
I feel like when he's here, you are more fluid. You have a more grounded, approach to your thoughts and everything. You seem flustered today.
Man.
How's your back?
I beg your pardon.
You told me your back was hurting when you got.
Yeah,
when we got here. You had your back blown out.
I did not have my back blown out. That is not what occurred. I need that to be Perfectly clear. There was no blowing out of backs at all.
Right.
Not of my back. My back was not. Or no one else also had their back blown. My back is. It hurts, but it's not for that reasoning.
He doth protest too much.
Goodness. Wyatt 6 versus Judgment Day. That's a good call. Incredible Jones.
Yeah.
Yes. Pause.
That's good
pause
too.
to what you said. Thank you for the pause alley oop right there.
That's okay. You gonna ice it? What?
No, I'll probably go to a masseuse this week.
Okay, there you go. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Well, CT is not here, so we could actually talk some AEW.
Yes. Well, yeah, man.
AEW I thought was good. You know what? I'm just gonna say we don't need to go blow for blow about what happened on Dynamite, but the show is really taking a really good direction, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying the Blackpool Combat Club terrorizing the entire roster. Yeah. Well, they what do they do? They put the belt around the Alex Reynolds and then beat him up with stairs. I was like, that's insane. But also their whole thing is like, yo, why do people keep flipping? Don't flip around us.
Yeah. We don't like it.
When what's the dude? Action Andretti is like, first off, if I'm in a fight, and you're coming to help me in a fight, and the first thing you do is a tumble, we have to fight now too.
Yeah, facts, big facts.
But he did like a back handspring in the middle of a brawl. I was like, that's insane. And then Moxley clubbed him, and they just it was like 4 dudes who beat up 9 people essentially. Orange Cassidy, Dark Order, Top Flight, Kyle O'Reilly, and I forgot who the other guy on their team was, but yeah, man, Blackpool Combat Club has been cooking. I'm enjoying what they're doing, and then but also beyond that, the debut of Shelton Benjamin.
Come on,
he's still
that last minute and a half with him and Leo Rush was, I mean, that was just like cinema. Yeah,
friend of the show,
absolute friend of the show.
Yeah,
you know what? And people keep hitting with the like, oh, Shelton Benjamin, he's missing that one little piece. I said this on another podcast earlier this week. Let him cook.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
All you have to do.
Some people, I feel like that's it. Just let them do their thing and they'll get over organically by putting on great matches. I think that's kind of Triple H's approach with DIY right now.
Yeah.
He's like, if they just have enough bangers, people will feel it at some point, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, I was gonna segue that into someone who did debut this week and nobody knew what was going on in the arena. But we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
I just think that the overall direction is really good. If this is like Shane McMahon coming in or not, you know what I mean? Just the fact that we've had sort of a creative reset, the heel fact. First of all, there's too many heels. All the champions are heels in AEW currently.
Yeah,
every single one.
Yeah,
that's a misstep. But so hopefully there'll be some cathartic moment where we get a babyface win soon. But it's like the heels on top are very clear with their purpose and they're menacing. There's the dissension where the rest of the roster is telling the elite who's in charge, why aren't you doing anything about this?
Yeah.
Which is something you never really see in wrestling. Like, authority figures never get called on why are you letting these people run wild? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was to kind of look back, like seeing Okada being outside of the ring, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, if anybody, 100%. Okada should be like, let me help out.
Dog, you know what I mean? Kenny will be back soon.
Yeah.
Ospreay is, is doing his thing. They're in good hands right now.
Yeah.
Adam Cole came back. They forgot apparently that he used to be the devil, but whatever.
Yeah, they were just like, like if you know MJ, like,
nobody
all
like
right,
that.
I guess. And he just left Wardlow out of his whole shtick.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what's going on with Wardlow. But
yeah, definitely some tings for concern, but ultimately I think they're maybe finally pushing to the right direction.
Yeah, which is good for them. Man.
You know
good
what I mean? But Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm you just showed was 200% more than the enthusiasm in that arena.
Look, I think that if you have a conjunction or if you have a partnership with TNA, they could have done a look at all these amazing things these guys have done over the years.
Right. Because they're really the blueprint for guys like the Bucks, you know what I mean, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and I've been a huge Motor City Machine Guns fan for a long time, so I was excited to see them and excited to see them come to WWE, who need a fresh boost of energy for the tag team division.
Right.
But yeah, I think they'll grow. It'll happen over time. I don't know if putting them already in a tag team title contention situation is beneficial, because then that means they have to fight the Bloodline soon, and the Bloodline, especially this new iteration, is still kind of cooking.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like figuring out moving parts fast,
right?
But I think they'll be fine.
Speaking of the Bloodline, Jay showed up on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Which I thought was soon.
Too soon.
Yeah, it's like they just confronted him on Raw. Like, let it cook for a second. Let it simmer a little bit. But he just showed up at me. Because like, also what really reason does he have to, other than to say, hey, by the way, we don't mess with Jacob. You know what I mean? Like, which really hit me like in a real personal place.
Why is that?
I have one of those families where it's like you got a cousin that you don't talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, man, don't bring up Scott. You know what I mean? Just don't bring up Scott. You know, we trying to have a good Thanksgiving dinner. Grandma don't need to get upset like that. And Jacob is like that family member. You know what I mean?
Comes in smoking cigarettes. He's got like,
right.
Who is this woman with you, Scotty?
Like, well, what's that Disney movie? Encanto, like, we don't talk about Marco or whatever.
I've never seen Encanto.
Oh man, you're missing out, brother.
Which one is that?
That's the one where all the Latin people got superpowers. They're like, Latin X-Men.
Yeah, okay. Latin X-Men?
Latin X-Men. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's brilliant.
That is good. Actually, we need to write that.
I was cooking just right now.
That was good stuff.
That was an accidental cook.
Hey.
But yeah.
You on your way.
Yeah, thank you.
You the next Lenny Bruce.
I appreciate you there. Yeah, all of them got powers, but they don't. Bruno, that's right. They don't talk. Bruno is their other family member who got powers, but they don't discuss him.
Oh, wow.
He's like a persona non grata. And then you find out later why and all that. But it's like, you know, it was a very much we don't talk about Bruno's situation.
I got it. I get it. I got a cousin that shot somebody in a club. So
all right. I feel like you just snitched on TV.
No, he's already there. They already got him. I can't snitch on something that's already the snotting has happened.
Yeah. The snotting?
That's the past tense of snitch.
Nah, you almost had me. I almost was with you for a second. I was like, wait a minute, dog.
Well, what
the
would
snotting?
Nah,
dog.
The past tense of snitch is to snot. You snotted on somebody. What do you say?
Snitched.
Oh.
Oh. Dog, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, dog. Holy hell. We got almost 300 people watching right now, man. Damn. We appreciate y'all so much for the support. Keep the super chats coming. Brother, we're not alone today. CT's not alone. He's not here, but I heard CT's watching though.
Yeah, he's always watching.
Absolutely, but we got a guest.
We have a very special guest. This gentleman is a former WWE Tag Team Champion. He's a former WWE Cruiserweight Champion. He also was briefly a WWE champion in a scramble match. One of my personal favorite wrestlers and the owner of Wrestling Pro Wrestling out here in California. Please show your love to the Brian Kendrick.
Thanks for having me, guys.
What's going on, man?
This is it. Just sitting here listening to you guys talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah. How
you
guys doing?
Good. How are you, bro?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Have you ever... You've worn coats similar to this, I feel like.
I have had tassels on the underarm. I've never up on the sleeves like that, but I've had epaulettes before, certainly. Yeah. I'm not a cowboy, more of a dandy pirate.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
Did you have a particular favorite jacket? I know the white one was like very popular.
The first one that my wife made, the white one, that'd be my favorite just because of that. And then the one I have now is just got a bunch of pirate patches on it. It's a black leather jacket, nothing fancy, but
Yeah.
it travels well.
That's what matters most.
Yeah.
So there's a big show coming up, right?
Yes, November 1st. You're talking about wrestling pro wrestling.
I'm talking about wrestling pro wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah. You're our mid-card champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Charles Ray.
I'm
is
sorry.
the-
Yeah. You're good friends with our mid-card champion.
Yes, I like to keep kayfabe alive.
Sort of.
Yeah, I guess we have.
I'm about to say you just got snotted.
Yeah. So Charles Ray is a character. We like kind of like I forgot how Charles Ray even came about.
I don't know how it came about, but it and it may be just because we need a national anthem sang, and essentially it's Mr. Magoo. He's Ray Charles, but he's Charles Ray.
Oh, okay.
All
right, that just hit me.
He's a talent scout and a multifaceted entertainer. So he sings, dances, you name it. And
Blind. He's a blind man as well. Yes.
And somehow is a champion. It doesn't even know he's wrestling.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You trained for this?
so here's the thing. I had trained years ago when I was like in my early 20s.
Uh-huh.
That's when I trained in Alabama. And then
You squoze them hips into a singlet?
I beg of your pardon.
No, I'm just asking.
What do you mean
Yeah.
these hips?
I mean, you know.
I was a very thin boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You did that. All right. Chill out, dog. Go
But
ahead.
yeah, I did. So I did some wrestling down south, and then at like my back. So I was I was watching you. I was watching you on
I
that
didn't
one.
say anything.
He loves back jokes. We'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, no,
They got you from the back.
They didn't. No, pause. They
What?
did not get me from the back.
Okay.
No, because I have scoliosis, but I didn't know
All right.
that till later. Because so I don't know if you remember, like in high school, they just touch your back and you're like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
That's like they just have a coach who does that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I went to like an actual chiropractor. Producer Mark's. I'm not even gonna read that.
He said Martin shaped like Mike Wazowski in a singlet. Oh man.
Oh boy,
that's not nice.
yeah, man.
It's okay, bro. Tell us about your back being blown out again.
My back was not blown out.
Okay, you said a lot of things
I did
about
not say
backs
that.
just now.
I'm just saying I had scoliosis.
Okay,
so
right,
I was
right,
diagnosed with scoliosis.
Yeah.
and
Medical.
Yeah.
Blown out.
There was no. Stop saying blown out. There was no blown out back. I'm a man.
Yeah. That's
Damon-
what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that.
But I did a little bit of training, and then when I came up here, I think I worked with you a little bit at Santino Bros. And I was like, okay, I can do a little bit. I can't do everything I probably could 15 years ago, but
Enough to be a blind man who wrestles, who doesn't know he's wrestling. All you have to do is be funny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
certainly,
That's
yeah.
all you got to do.
I love it.
That part I got.
Yeah.
Okay, and for people in our audience that may not be that familiar with wrestling, pro wrestling, you want to kind of give them the elevator pitch of what's going on?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's so we got this fake owner, Gary Tickles. He's a billionaire eccentric, and he's trying to. This is one of his many hustles, and he's an idiot surrounded by idiots. He's
Sure.
the smartest of the idiots, and that's it. And I guess it's essentially he's just a projection of myself, I suppose, without any. Yeah, I'm just a broke idiot who's Anyways. But it's a comedy wrestling show. It's I guess the Muppets in a kind of a sketch variety pro wrestling show.
Yeah.
Some good wrestling, real story driven, but the stories tend to be encapsulated in one show. We'll set up and then punchline at the end of the show.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
little teasers throughout.
Oh, I love that.
Comedy show.
Yeah.
I'll give you one of my favorite. So it was around Halloween time, and there was a through line of someone is killing the wrestlers of wrestling pro wrestling. So the lights would, there'd be a match or a segment, the lights would go out and then come back up, and somebody's dead in the ring, and so they're trying to figure out who is killing these wrestlers. So at one point, Fred Rosser, formerly known as Darren Young in WWE, he wrestled this amazing match. You know, he wins it, does the lumbar check or whatever. 1, 2, 3. He gets on the mic. He's like, oh, this has been an amazing night for me. I live in California. This is just beautiful. I'm glad I get to be here. And I just want you to know that I'm staying in Wrestling Pro Wrestling. Fred Rosser is WPW. Lights go out, come back up.
He's dead.
He's dead.
but it's until the day I die. Get that light out there, boom. Of course, lights out. Yeah.
We got another super chat from Bad News Buck, who says Martin's outfit combo puts a hard H in white.
I think that's pronounced white. Again, Martin didn't really have a character, man. He just showed up dressed like this and was like, maybe I can do something with it.
almost did some dip, and I've never used dip before. So.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, it looks gross. Mark wants me to say Martin's jacket came with a switchblade. Thank you, DH, for that comment.
Hilarious. If you guys in the super chats want to say what could be found in one of Martin's pockets in this jacket, by all means, share it with us. Do you have pockets?
Yeah.
Okay, you trying to find them?
Yes, I got just the
hips in the way.
Pockets.
Hard to find.
What is
pockets.
with you and hips?
Anyway,
turquoise jewelry. You got any in there?
There's no turquoise jewelry.
Oh man,
yeah, we'll get
that was
some.
my guess. Yeah.
how long is this? How long you guys been in operation?
Oh boy, just over 10 years, but it would be at most we'd run once a month.
Yeah.
With the lockdowns, we've run maybe 5 shows since lockdowns.
Yeah,
lost the building. This is gonna be the first show in 2 years.
Oh wow,
we've been able to run.
Yeah.
At the Regent Theater, November 1st. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, downtown.
Yeah. Downtown. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's just an excuse for a bunch of goofballs to hang out together. Really.
That's why we got into comedy.
Right.
Same situation.
That's it. Yeah.
Are you a big comedy fan? Stand-up comedy?
Man, I used to be obsessed with it, but now there's nothing that I don't stay up with anything current.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was even talking with my wife about today. I don't I'll listen to Norm Macdonald over and over again, or Patrice O'Neill, but I couldn't tell you who's who's hot. I just don't know. I'm 45.
Yeah. A little younger than Martin.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why he does this to me.
You got to keep it more current, man. What's going on in comedy?
No, well, I've invited you to some shows.
Yeah. I've never seen an Avengers movie.
What?
Whoa.
I've never seen nothing. I'm a cynical person. Everything is garbage to me, man. It's all garbage, Wow, I don't care. Yeah, none of it. Yeah.
So what do you usually put on then? Like when you're chilling at home, what do you watch?
Man, whatever my wife wants to watch. The same reruns we always watch. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, stuff like that. Kroll's show. When I'm by myself, like I said, the old comedy that I would listen to, Norm or Patrice, or as lame as it sounds, just philosophy. Listen to a lot of Michael Segru and philosophy lectures. And
Wow.
that's it. Yeah. Real boring. I'm a fuddy dud.
Yeah. Do you ever go back and watch any of your old matches? Like,
no, man, that's painful.
Really?
Yeah. Not never. There's sometimes I get real excited. I want to watch that back. But if I were to go back, if you were to put one on, I'd be embarrassed right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you still? So I think last time I saw you was WrestleMania weekend. And Battleground champion. Yeah. When's the next show there?
Man, I lost that belt, and they got a show the 26th, but I'll be doing a different show, CZW, that same weekend. Man, I just did Arizona last night. 6-hour drive, 6 hours back. Got here 5 this morning. Man, I both on the way out there, I took a poop in a truck stop. So that was nice.
That was nice.
I
I gotta check that off the list, and then it was clean.
Yeah.
And
Get the bingo card.
you ever been to a Quick Trip? You ever seen those? The gas stations,
Like
just
a
Q and a T.
Yeah.
I went in there yesterday, loaded baked potato, taquito, and another chicken one. Anyway, man, 45 minutes later, I threw it all up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that cannot be a
Yeah.
baked potato at what time in the morning?
It wasn't baked potato. It was a baked potato taquito.
Okay, no, yeah, that sounds very bad.
Yeah, about 3 in the morning, something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, that cannot be healthy.
man, I'm half asleep but hyped up on energy drinks right now, brother.
Yeah, what's you a Red Bull guy or a C4?
No, I mean, so yeah, I'll do C4 if I'm gonna go wrestle or anything like this. But I mean, I took a pre-workout like I was gonna go work out just to stay awake to be here today. Yeah,
Wow,
man.
wow,
Yeah,
thank
I
you,
took it right
man.
before the car ride. Yeah.
I guess there's there's some comments thanks to Chris about my jacket that we've been missing here. So check out some. Bad News Buck has really been going in on the jacket. My goodness. He said that jacket has a Vietnam draft letter in one of those pockets. That jacket has a whole pack of half-smoked Marlboro Reds.
Martin's jacket has tickets for Anthony Hamilton. I see that's connecting universes there. That's what that.
CT6985. Is that CT or is that a different CT?
I don't think
know.
that's RCT.
That's not RCT. But he said Martin's jacket came with a picture of his girlfriend that's clearly cheating on him while he's deployed.
Damn.
That was deep.
That was There's a
goodness.
whole lore behind that one.
DH said Martin's jacket was an extra in Purple Rain. Mark really liked that one because he keeps highlighting it. Marty Ray Cyrus, okay, Bad News Buck, we get it. You don't like my jacket. Martin's jacket was on the set of The Warriors. All right.
Martin's jacket has come with keys to a Pontiac Firebird. If you saw the car that we came in, it doesn't match the fit
not
whatsoever.
at all. No,
are there any matches that you recall that like you do like look back on fondly like that I was doing it, I was cooking?
Ones I've been proud of.
Yeah.
There's been a few I was proud of. There's something we did in 2016 called the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
I was real proud of that. And particularly the Ibushi match. You know.
Yeah.
When
you brought out the Burning Hammer.
yeah, man, I can't believe I got away with that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I gotta ask. How was there a conversation beforehand? You're like, yeah, we're just gonna do it and see what happens.
No, there was a conversation beforehand, but you know, if you just talk in such a pace and, you know, people start to just not really pay attention, but you still said the word. So then we're going to do this and that. I'm going to do the Burning Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. And then something else, though, I kind of slowed down. And then this one move, it's kind of a little dangerous, but it just looks dangerous. And, I don't know about that one. So it's like something like little package driver thing that wasn't whatever, but you got to be careful with that, man. The Burning Hammer didn't even get questioned. Didn't even get questioned. Yeah.
Wow.
I think it just.
Yeah, just the padding.
Me, I just talked right over it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just talked right past it. Yeah. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Either way,
you did
happened.
it.
Either way it happened.
Yeah.
Either way it happened.
Yeah, I remember that because that's still like a talking point. Like, they do a Burning Hammer during the Cruiserweight Classic.
Definitely.
Like, yeah,
But it felt like that whole situation. Again, I don't know, and I'm not one of these marks who pretends to know what's going on backstage. But it felt like the Cruiserweight Classic was one of those things that was less hands-on as far as letting the guys do what they're gonna do.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But everything else seems way more controlled.
Yeah, this is there's no commercials involved,
Right.
So we don't really have to hit the times like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all cruiserweights anyways. They've never been. There's been cruiserweights who've been featured. You know, whether it's Fergal or Mysterio or Danielson, but the cruiserweights as a division have never been featured.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's just stuff to put on the network.
Sure.
Really, you know, just if people are excited, it got good reviews. Okay, you
Yeah,
know,
made some stars.
that was it.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately the downfall of 205 Live was the network being purchased by Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Once this network is part of something else, then they don't need to fill up all this content
Right.
So once that was the end of it.
Because
But
wait, did we get a year 2?
Of
Cruiserweight
205.
Classic?
No, we didn't get a second
No.
Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah,
no.
because it's like they do the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic every year in
Yeah,
NXT.
and they
Why
did. I know they did the Mae Young Classic twice, but
Yeah.
I was so shocked but I guess it also is because 205 Live became
turned into a cruiserweight show.
Right,
Yeah.
It was
right.
a little 45-minute show for the network, but what it was fresh content for the network.
Yeah. So when they didn't need it.
When they didn't need it, and I think that was it. But it was, Regal told all of us from the start, this is, it's going to come and go, like everything does, but it's going to live on the network forever. So work hard. You'll be proud of these matches someday. And I think all those guys were.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you, in your mind, do you ever like prefer the more serious approach to the wrestling or the more like comedic stuff that you're doing with like Wrestling Pro Wrestling?
What I don't like is to mix the two in the same match.
Okay.
Like if I really love serious wrestling, or if there's a comedic thing I can get lost up in that, Chow Mein Charlie, who is our giant takeout box, and if he's wrestling Martin, who's Charles Ray, who's blind, they can do all these goofy stunts, and I can really enjoy it. But as soon as a serious match doesn't really break the fourth wall, but kind of nods at like this is fake, I hate it. That takes me out of it. Whereas I can be lost by a takeout box.
Sure.
Anyways, it's preferences. Yeah.
No. I totally get it, because I ask you about comedic wrestling because it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time
for
the segment that is
sweeping the nation.
absolutely sweeping the nation.
The people can't get enough of it.
Can't get enough. I don't know if you heard about this. It's world famous, this segment.
I told you I don't have my finger on any places anywhere. Yeah.
World famous. It's time for
I say it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Relax.
Okay, you got me hyped. You can't get me hyped.
You're right. I didn't mean to excite you, my brother. I didn't mean to excite
My
you.
bad, okay.
I hope we're ready. This is Chris's Lists.
You just made the list.
Thank you very much. That's going to make much more sense on the edit. That's my tagline I have to say, everyone. But today, we're going to do a top 5. That's never really a top 5 because we never make it to
5. We never make it to 5.
Okay.
No. Comedic wrestlers of all time.
Top 5 comedic wrestlers of all time. So you have to come up with a list of your top 5 comedic wrestlers of all time.
And again, we don't have to name.
You don't have to.
It's just something that come to mind. You know what I mean? So Mark, why don't you go off the top since you're
off rip, number 1, R-Truth.
100%.
For years and years and years, he has shown his capability in being funny in and outside of the ring, backstage, everywhere. The 24/7 title did not live or exist or breathe without everything that he did, because everything else was trash, but what he did with that was amazing. So he's definitely my number 1. Number 2, Santino Marella.
Nice pull.
One of the funniest dudes, and I guess he could legit kick your ass too. So that always was like great for me to see. It's like, oh, this dude could really beat somebody's ass, but also is able to put a fake snake on his hand and be funny with it. Number 3, probably not okay. Number 3, I'm gonna give Chris Jericho.
Okay.
The list of 1,004 holds. Here's the thing. Chris Jericho was a heel in WCW.
Yes.
He terrorized the Cruiserweight division.
Yep.
He made fun of Dean Malenko's dead dad.
Yeah, correct.
And was still hilarious with it the entire time. Like and if you're a fan of Ray, Hoovy, Psychosis, El Dandy, all these great cruiserweights, Chris Jericho made fun of them in such a way where you rooted for them. We're also like, all right, dude's got it.
Yeah. Take a break for a second.
Yes.
Ryan, on thoughts?
Well, so it's interesting. Right when you said R-Truth, like, oh, I guess I hadn't considered him a comedic wrestler, but undoubtedly Santino was my first thought. When you say Chris Jericho, I don't think he wrestles in a comedic style. He does like I don't know, snarky little gestures or whatever to get under people's skin to be a brat, but he's not an unaware buffoon.
Yeah.
So if a guy like him counts, well then Kurt Angle,
Yeah.
who's even
Yeah.
more so would like he is a bit of a buffoon.
Mhm.
He doesn't know that he's the joke. The Rock is hilarious, but this is just talking at this point.
Mm.
So I don't know if these guys are comedic wrestlers, but maybe I'm being pedantic.
I was say it seems like there might be, like a line there where it's like funny wrestlers,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then guys like Danhausen, you know what I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
or even Colt Cabana,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, where he would put on like the match itself.
The match itself
is,
is funny,
is
yeah.
full of these things. Is full of the
Yeah,
shtick,
yeah,
right? Exactly.
yeah,
So okay, so I
Exactly.
guess that.
But
then
it
that,
means what it means to whoever's answering the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
So who are a couple people in you that come to mind with you?
With that, so my first is Santino Marella.
Yes.
He was my favorite wrestler of that generation.
Sure.
He was so entertaining. R-Truth, he is a comedic wrestler in the sense that he doesn't know the peril that he's in sometimes.
Yeah,
You know what I
right,
mean? And
right,
that's
exactly,
what makes
exactly.
him a comedic wrestler. So
Yeah.
so he's a great one. There's Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, who is this
Oh, yeah.
southern, kind of goofy, almost like a homeless man. There was a great one in England named Les Kellett
Okay.
that's worth watching.
Yeah.
He was just kind of a late 50s, early 60s, balding, comb over, fat, white old dumpy guy who
Mhm.
would sometimes like get hit in the back of the head and his false teeth would fall out. It's really, really funny. But that's only 4. And then I would say Bushwhackers, but they might start to lend into they're a little too serious. I don't know if they're full on comedy.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they were definitely serious when they were still the sheep
herders,
herders.
for
Yeah,
sure,
goodness
for
gracious.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even when I first got exposed to that, it like freaked me out a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't believe that's like Butch and Luke.
That explains like why their foreheads were just
Exactly right.
insane. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Norman Smiley.
Oh, wow.
How did I forget Norman Smiley?
Yeah.
He was tremendous. The screaming
Screaming.
Norman stuff was tremendous. Yeah. I just, oh my God, that was so entertaining. And another guy who could legit beat the hell out of you in a real fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's like really good friends with Michael Jai White, and he talks about like his fighting capability and stuff like that.
Really?
Like, Ernest yeah. Oh no, my
Oh.
bad. I'm thinking of Ernest Miller. Ernest
yeah.
the Cat Miller. I went racist of myself and
Yeah.
made 2 black guys the same guy.
That was a very different black guy too.
Yeah, very much.
One had the worst shape up, and one just was like, "I'm gonna cut it all off."
It's interesting you would say that. But yeah.
Norman's a trainer down there, though. He
Yeah,
knows
yeah, yeah.
every hold. He knows every
I
every
heard,
hold.
I heard.
He's a genius when it comes to all things technical, and I bet he could
Probably
could
stress some
beat the
people.
hell out of people.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. We'll go international, and we'll go with Yano.
Oh,
That dude. I mean, he's a
legend.
legend, absolute legend.
Kikutaro.
Yep.
Kikutaro,
another
yeah.
super
I didn't think of
legend.
Japan, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Grado.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I couldn't believe we didn't get at Clash of the Castle. I wanted that so bad. No. At Wembley.
Yeah,
I wanted it at Wembley so bad.
because they showed him like at the pre-show, right?
I think so.
Or last year they showed him at the pre-show. They didn't put him on. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah. Because I mean, you're pulling out Nigel McGuinness, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and these names. I'm like, give me Grado,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But here's one that blurs the line for our distinguishing mark here.
Mhm.
Gold Dust.
Ooh, I mean, he had a finisher that got him DQ'd every time.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
he would just kick people in the
Yeah,
balls.
Get you right in the nards.
Like right, just open too.
Yeah,
like I was like, that's
yeah.
insane.
But also, like, as his character evolved from more like molestation to more like it was.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was.
He's just rubbing
Yo.
down Razor Ramon. And, you know what I mean?
No, you know the segment that always got me. Ahmed Johnson got knocked out,
Yeah.
and Goldust is like, let me give him mouth to mouth.
Yeah,
And he just full hard.
yeah.
And Ahmed Johnson like got so all of the phobia came out my man.
Yeah.
He couldn't even talk, boy.
Dude. Yeah, there's one where he climbed on top of the Undertaker and kept talking about how stiff rigor mortis made him and stuff like that. I was like, yo, this guy.
I am 9.
Yeah.
For starters.
I didn't know to say ayo yet. You know what I mean? Walking pause was gold dust. Oh, man. So that has been another
Wait,
edition.
I didn't finish my list.
Oh, you got more on the list?
I only got 3 in, and then one of them were like,
Again, there's no rules here, but
yeah,
go
but
for it.
I want to finish my list. I
You
think I
finish
can bring
your
a list. Okay, I'd put Gentleman Jervis up there. I think
Okay.
Jervis had some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're getting rocked to sleep and all that jazz.
Sure.
Can I? Okay, this might also be towing the line, but Nunzio, aka Little Guido, that he was always one of my favorites. But like, there is a match he had with I think it was like a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 handicap match with the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And Taker lifted him up for the last ride, and as he's up, he does the like.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, so that's gonna be stuck with me forever. Just because it's like he knows he's about to get killed. He's
Right.
like, yo, let me just go ahead.
I picture his face too. 'Cause
Yeah.
he doesn't even. God, he's got such a funny face.
Yeah.
I'll give honorable mention to Hurricane Helms.
Yeah.
Also super entertaining. I mean, trying to choke slam like the giant. You know what I mean? Like,
He was an idiot that didn't know the Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
right. He thought he was a superhero.
He thought he was a superhero.
And he somehow convinced 2 other people that they were superheroes as well.
Then I guess you got Crash and Molly Holly.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
real
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Jericho off my list and put Crash Holly on it.
Okay, that's a good choice.
'Cause
Yeah.
I met Crash in like 2000, I want to say, and I was like that was probably one of the first times I was starstruck because the hardcore title when they like. And again, I was a kid, so like seeing a dude who's like this professional wrestler I watch on TV slide down a slide, like why was he at a fun zone getting chased? And then, yeah, man, I loved Crash Holly, bro.
That is hilarious.
And then my honorable mention, Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie. Yeah. I mean, the whole BWO at a certain point was, I mean, it was a parody of itself. But what? Do we got to go?
Yes. So we're gonna hop over to our Patreon now. If you don't follow us, it's patreon.com/Before the Bell Podcast. We're gonna have more questions for our illustrious guest, Brian Kendrick. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Before the Bell Podcast. We'll be back next week. CT will be back. We have some other really cool guests coming up for you guys in the future, so stick around. Thank you for joining us. Chris, what do you got coming up for you?
I always got something cooking, man. Go follow me at Chris_please. And I started a new Instagram that's purely for like my podcast appearances and stuff like that. That's the.darkitect. So all like video stuff, all me performing stuff goes there. All the like personal photos go on the other stuff. So
yes, sir. BK, the Brian Kendrick. Where can the people find you and what you got coming up?
Oh man, they can find me in Venice. I got some wrestling coming up. The big event is the Wrestling Pro Wrestling November 1st at the Regent, downtown LA. Pretty excited about that.
Yes.
Everything else is just wrestling, which I'm very excited about as well. But this, I've got a lot of pressure on my shoulders for. Yeah,
it's your baby.
It's my baby. It's my baby. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can find me at Martin M. Morrow on Instagram. I got some shows coming up and stuff. I post them all in my story. So give me a follow and, come say hey. Shout out to Brilly for the clips. Shout out to Petty Cash Studios for this amazing studio and this setup and being able to see you guys and letting you guys see us. We're going to head over to the Patreon now for more questions, more comments, and a lot more craziness,
Oh boy.
I don't know why I said that. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Laid out for the count. 1, 2.